Hi everyone, thank you for staying tuned to this series of interviews. As you know, I'll be interviewing different people's perspectives on business development, career development, and how they are coping during this pandemic COVID-19 period. It's to help to spark new ideas for yourself to take actions thereafter. So last interview, we have Denise Chua, the co-founder of Mega Agency, a community-based marketing agency, sharing with us insights on how to be creative in business. And today's topic is a little bit different. We are very happy and excited to have Shania Chia, a financial consultant, to share with us more about how an individual can stand out in this overcrowded job market during this pandemic COVID-19. Now, thank you, Shania. Thank you so much for coming on board. Shania, so far we are in the 5th week of our circuit breaker. How are you feeling about it?
Thank you, Mavis, for inviting me to do this interview. I feel very excited, more eager to actually go out because it hasn't been easy for me personally, and I believe it is for many of you as well, juggling work and trying to maintain harmony amongst your children and have to adapt at different level of sensitivity because we are all together 24/7, 5 weeks straight without a break. On the positive side, I think the circuit breaker actually given me quiet time to reflect about my life, improve my relationship with my family, and also reprioritize things a little bit on what is important for me. So that's how I feel about this situation.
Very good. Thanks, Shania, for sharing with us. Now, Shania, we are very curious. Tell me about yourself. What do you do?
Sure. I wasn't being introduced as a financial consultant, but I have a long history in the technology sector, which is why I think this topic really resonates with me. So I began my career working for a bank and wanted to work for a bank a long time ago. Then I got drawn into technology. I don't know why, but I'm natural to technology. I love to see how data being processed and then come out to becoming information, and then you use information and the insight to make better decisions for companies and also for clients. Then I discovered that unknowingly 10 years have passed and I celebrated my 10 years growing my career in tech. And some situation in life actually put you at a spot where you have to make some career transition, and which I did as well. So I took on a new path doing financial consulting. So that's a brief background of what I did and what I do.
Very good, Shania. So understand previously you were working in a B2B environment as a regional lead, in customers experience digital marketing. And now you are a financial consultant serving the B2C market. How was that change for you?
That change for me was honestly crazy. Crazy for many people. They would think that it's crazy, crazy. Coming from technology, such deep background, meaning the specialization, to me to switch a career, to me, I don't feel that there is a difference. Because I'm still dealing with data. I'm still dealing with how to use data to derive better outcome. But what is key difference in what I did in the past and what I'm doing today is the type of solution. In the past, I offer technology solution. Today, I offer financial solution. So I don't think there's a big difference. It's about how we view things.
Amazing. Very amazing career transitions you have. As we know today, we are looking at a large pool of people coming from affected industries such as travel and leisure. You have your events, hospitality, food and retail services. So these are people with many years of experience like yourself, adding to the current pool of people who are looking for career transition or searching for a job that they can progress in their career. So people tend to perceive now like an immense competition. What do you think? Do you think is it like a competition?
Of course, naturally, people feel that there is a competition. Luckily, I also graduated in the year of financial crisis. So what it really means is that you send out your resume more than usual and you did not get any reply. If I'm in a job hunt today or looking for a new job, I'll be worried about the competition, especially for fresh graduates who might lack the work experience on their resume. That's even more concerning. However, I urge all of you not to be worried too much, because worrying will not help. In fact, we do need to change our mindset a little bit by practicing some habits. So, for example, you can adopt some new habits. You can look for Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He write about 2 circles in life. One is the circle of concern. The other one is the circle of influence. What it really means, in summary, is circle of concern encompasses things that we care about, ranging from personal concerns like health, career, your relationship, to global concerns such as COVID-19 and recession. A lot of these we cannot really control. It's out of our locus of control. And there's a second circle, is circle of influence. How we can actually gain power to change things that is within our control, such as being proactive, focusing our energy in things that we can directly control, such as, for example, the mindset that would lead to change in behavior. And that change of behavior will actually change the outcome of how we deal with problems. In this case, it's the competition, the stress that we feel from the job market competition. So if you get hold of the book, try to get an e-copy. You can definitely read and work on 1 or 2 new habits that will help you manage this stress.
Very good. I think some of them may have already gotten some ideas. So no one knows how long this pandemic COVID-19 is going to last. Is it that it may be until next year? You know, Shania, I understand you have been working for a very long time. I'm sure you may have come across some recruitment activities of your own in the past. How do you think, you know, people can make them stand out in the job market, especially during this period?
To answer to your question, there's a short version, Mavis, and there's a long version. So I'll start with the summary first, okay? The short version is to simply make it simple for everybody. The keyword here is simple. First of all, make it simple for yourself, making sure that it is interesting for you. The job application, the job that you're going after is interesting for yourself. Number 2 is make life easy for the recruiter. And number 3 is make life easy for the hiring manager. Why do I say that? Because I have the privilege to be in all 3 positions, right? First of all, go and look for a job. And then as a hiring manager, as a sales manager, I do have to hire my own people. So I have to sit on the other side of the table and experience these. And I'm going to share with you how that feels. First of all, as yourself, okay, you need to have a bit of clarity on why this job matters to you. Put aside the monetary benefit, the money, put it aside. Of course, that you work for salary, right? But put it aside and think beyond that. Why you will enjoy this job? Why this job and this role is important to help you gain the experience you would like to have. For example, you might be charting out your eventual career goal, like you want to be a head of a department, or you want to be leading in a certain sector, then that is your end goal. And regardless of how you want to maneuver in your career path, up, down, left, right, there is no right answer on how you move, but you need to first of all be very clear what could be your eventual goal. You might not know the answer, but you will have some thoughts about what you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years. And you should have that thoughts in your mind when you apply for a job, because that will motivate you. That leads me to point number 2, which is your resume. Imagine you are the recruiter and you have to go through hundreds and thousands of resumes every day. It's not easy for them to pick out your job experience relevance. Every resume to me, I've easily seen more than 10 resumes per day, and I'm under a lot of pressure to screen through resume as quickly as I can so that I can respond to the candidate whether, hey, do I want to see you or not? And you don't have much time, honestly looking at those. So you have to help them to see your strengths. So some of the things, for example, is to use keywords that is listed on the job application, on the job description, because straight away, quite honestly, the brain will function in a way to pick up the keywords. And if you are in an industry that has industry lingo, adopt those, because that would means that you know the lingo, you know the industry, and it's easier for them to find you. And I'm sure that also I've seen that happening is in recruitment firm. They also use technology to help them do filtering of keywords. So these are the things, technical or tactical approach on how to make sure that your resume come out after they hit on the filter function, right? You don't want them to filter you out. Out means into the trash bin, but filter you up so that they can read your resume. Now, the next thing is to make it appealing. For example, you can use interesting app like Canva, Canva, to help you to beautify your resume. Because sometimes if you look at black and white resume for a long period of time, you simply just not impressed because this candidate does not want to put in effort to help the reader read better. And of course, you can find a lot more on how to improve your resume online. But these are the key G's as a hiring manager. What do I look out for? Then number 3 is if you have a chance to sit down with the hiring manager, then the hiring manager will be looking for people that would bring the team to the next level. Obviously, it means that if I hire you, I would be better off hiring you, making my life easier as a hiring manager than to hire somebody that I might have to spend a lot more time hand-holding. That would be it's not absolute yes or no, because I do hire also people that needed some guidance, but you need to be outstanding, stand out. What value are you going to bring to the table? That's the question you need to answer. So how to go about doing this is, first of all, try listing down the things that you can contribute to the company. Okay, imagine that tomorrow you're meeting the hiring manager. List them down, spend 5 minutes, very quick. Why? You have to be quick because whatever comes out is genuine, right? List down your experience, keywords, your skill set, your personality, and even your network worth a lot, Those are that are relevant to the job, obviously. Then you need to be genuinely interested. When you are genuinely interested in this job, you will go ahead and be more proactive. I believe you will, because you will start to be more interested in the company. You research more. You will think more from the point of view where you are already being hired in the company, and you will be able to offer new perspective when you meet the hiring manager. And that's important to show that you are not just there to explain what is on your resume, because I can read what you had in experience in your resume. But what I want to hear from you is, what can you contribute? What kind of new ideas or perspective that you have that I can take you into my team, and that will add a new perspective, a new value to my team as a whole. And finally is to understand why this deal is important for both parties, right? Not only that they're assessing you, but you also want to assess whether this company is the company that you want to work for. Right? For example, you need to assess and align the objective and the mission of the job versus your personal desire. Does it gel? If it gels, it's good because it aligns. If it aligns on a common interest, it drives you motivation. And that motivation will help a person to perform better, to be interested, curious. And that actually is the biggest asset for a hiring manager, because they do not have to micromanage you.
Interesting. I think, of course, we see not just people being laid off. We are looking at businesses closing down overnight. This is definitely not permanent. So we have a decrease in the number of businesses in sectors and industry. What else can people do? Shania, what do you think?
People definitely have a lot of things to do. For example, and again you hear this everywhere, is to learn something new. Okay, not watch the latest movie on Netflix. Of course, you can do it on your free time, but watch news as well for ideas. Know what's going on in the world. Read up about your favorite company. All of us have our favorite company. Read up more, because it gives you a different perspective. It gives you new perspective, and you're able to articulate things that is on a more economic business sense, that will help you in understanding how your next job is going to impact the company, and they will impact the market.
Wow, thanks, Shania. Indeed, we have learned some key points, getting clarity of the why this job matters to the person. And with that increased pool of resumes coming in, definitely automations, AI software, will be HR will be using all this. And I agree that we have to make life easy for recruiter and hiring manager ever more, because cover letter in resumes serve a good summary to help the filtrations. So though there is a tremendous stress that adds on to us because of uncertainty, our first instinct is always been survival. So I especially like the way you pointed out that we should create new habits to focus our energy on things that we can directly control. Because as of now, I've seen people are actually puzzled or stressed about how are they going to survive next few months. But I think it's not just about next few months, about years to come. After this pandemic, the effects will definitely last. So once again, Shania, thank you for bringing us practical insights to prep us in our upcoming job search. And I'm sure that everyone out there is actually listening to this interview gets more ideas about how they can take actions thereafter. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Shania.
Pleasure. Thank you, Mavis. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this episode. Take care, stay safe, and well, everyone.